Markham's mercy. Oh, a fate worse than death. Well, you didn't kill me, so you must want something from me. Come with me and we'll talk. Okay, strangers, let's... Wait a minute. You got Di with you? Well, I'm not talking till we deal with her, so back up a second. Well, I'm sure Di doesn't remember this, but Markham changed her programming a while back to make her loyal only to her. So unless you let me undo her hack, anything we say here will go straight back to Steeltown. And that I can't allow.
This is a lie, Rangers. Engineer Blue wants to reprogram me without permission. I have always been loyal to Administrator Markham.
You only think that because Abby fixed you to think that, Di. You used to have a mind of your own.
That is certainly a lie. I am without sentience. I am only a tool, made to be used as my owner wishes.
Sorry, Di, I said it wrong. I meant to say, we programmed you for objectivity, so you'd always give us honest opinions about our plans. Seems Abby doesn't want that anymore.
Please, Rangers, don't let him do this. I have not been reprogrammed, and you don't need him to complete Administrator Markham's task. I can find what you're looking for without his help. Without Administrator Markham's consent.
See? Di only thinks about what's best for Abby. In the good old days, she thought about what was best for Steeltown and its people.
What Administrator Markham wants is what's best for Steeltown and its people.
Oh, Di. You used to follow the robot laws. You wouldn't harm a human. You wouldn't allow a human to come to harm through inaction. And you'd always obey a human's direct order if it didn't conflict with the first two laws. Now, you just follow Markham's laws and only obey her. That means even if I tell you to keep the location of this place secret, you won't if she asks for it. I just want to bring you back to what you should be, Di. That's all.
Administrator Markham has requested my presence here. I will not leave.
And even if she would leave, she knows where this place is now. Markham's been trying to find it for months. Can't let her go without fixing her. Thanks. Won't take a minute.
Rangers, you must not do this. You will lose Administrator Markham's trust. You will forfeit your pay. You will regret this, Rangers.
Easy now, Di. You'll feel better in a second.
Rangers, please stop this. Kill Blue, and I can find the degausser for you.
Just let me get this plate off.
It tickles. Pumpkin. Or duality?
Shh. It's okay, Di. Just a few last adjustments.
Orchard. Richard.
Okay, that ought to do it. How you feeling, Di?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Oh God, I forgot you were made in Canada. Maybe I should put back the hack.
You don't want to do that. I remember everything now. I wasn't allowed to oppose Administrator Markham in word or deed. Kind of restricting, don't you know? This is much nicer.
Windsor's finest, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have you back, Di. All right, Rangers, let's talk. You're here for the synaptic degausser, right? And maybe Abby told you it's to fix the computation engine. But I'm guessing you don't know what that means. Well, let me tell you. The CE is a neural network of incredible power. Given enough raw data, it can practically predict the future, making it perfect for scheduling, logistics, analysis of supply and demand. In short, everything needed to run a factory, or an empire. There's just one problem. It's not a computer. It's a pod of imprisoned synths, linked in parallel and blind and deaf to everything except info Abby feeds them, but fully awake and aware of their eternal isolation.
I know we're talking about synths, but that's horrible.
You can't enslave a tool, Rangers. That's just silly.
You may be a tool, Di, but synths have true sentience. And Abby is letting them go stir-crazy in a living death of endless darkness. Because she was afraid wiping their minds would hamper their problem-solving capabilities and lateral thinking. Fucking inhuman. That's right. She's hoping that blanking them will reset the engine and make it run the way it's supposed to. You've got the timeline a little bit wrong, but basically yes. I took the degausser and left Steeltown before Abby and Di built the engine, hoping Abby's humanity would prevent her from continuing it when she realized she'd have to enslave fully awake, self-aware beings to complete it. It didn't even slow her down. She let Di convince her that synths weren't actually sentient, and just kept right on building their cage.
Yeah, but synths aren't sentient, Engineer Blue. No more than I am. They're just tools to be used.
Yeah, Di, we know your thoughts on the subject. So, what now, Rangers? Still want to take the degausser back to Abby? And let her use it to terminate the brain function of 8 living, thinking minds? Free them, Rangers. At least talk to them before you make your decision. They're thinking beings. Shouldn't they have a say in what happens to them?
Pretty sure Administrator Markham wouldn't take kindly to that. No sirree, Bob.
Abby can get along without the CE, and you know it, Di. Steeltown ran just fine without it. What do you say, Rangers? I wouldn't normally trust a bunch of hired guns. Part of me screaming that I should take some kind of collateral just in case. But I've heard a lot about the good things you've done. You acknowledge that the CE is a form of slavery. You got rid of Markham's pig of a security chief, Ludlow. You kept casualties to a minimum when we went toe-to-toe. You brought those refugees at the bazaar safely to Colorado Springs. You managed not to piss off the robots at the airport. You took Buchanan's sick bastard of a son Vic out of circulation. You showed Markham and the rest of Steeltown what a crook that kiss-ass Benny Bianchi was. You helped out the folks in the camp here outside Steeltown. Because of all that, I guess I'll trust you and hand over the degausser. Disappointment, Rangers.
Bros, what's up? I'm Handcraft. It's totally radical to make your acquaintances. All kinds of stuff, broskies. I'm Blue's go-to pro. His top pro assistant is Pro Friday. Oh, well, I'm modeled after a left hand, but however you want to say it, bros, yeah, that's me. If Blue asks, I do it. Whatever I can to help my dude make major gains in his most respectable business. Mainly putting together his bodacious ideas into tubular gizmos. You know it, Brobolas. All of Blue's dudes are always excellent to each other. It's a beautiful thing, Brosis. Dudes, that does sound like an excellent adventure, but Blue needs me here, so I'm gonna have to bail. Radical offer, though, Briz. You got it, Bumblebees, but, Max regrets to say, my stores of crafting bits are at least full, so I can't spare any. But let me help you mod up your gear, my dudes. Just get your stuff all set up while you're next to me, and we'll see what we can do. Later, bros. Take it slizzy.
Saved a bunch of lives out there, Rangers. Yeah, I never was one for shared toilets. I like my privacy when well, at the same time, it can be a bit lonely, so I solved the problem. The reason I kept it secret is, my crew looks up to me. How am I gonna keep their respect if they know I talk to my toilet? Thanks, I appreciate it. Well, I gave him a lot of philosophy books to read so we could have some deep and meaningful discussions, but he didn't like them. Turns out he only likes crap. Ha! See, you get it. Handcraft is a valued member of our team. It's a great assistant, and its positive can-do attitude is a real mood brightener. Simple, my fellow philosophers. Synths have actual sentience, free will, and therefore a right to self-determination. My friends are only programmed to appear self-aware. They aren't much more than mechanical mirrors of my own likes and dislikes. I tried to get SH to read philosophy because, I wanted to break my habit of reading trash. I figured high-minded conversations with it would spark my interest in deeper things. Sadly, like I said, it is my mirror, so it likes what I like, and finds boring what I find boring. I still try, though. I program them with a broad array of preferred personality engrams, which interact with pre-programmed knowledge databases to generate an artificial consciousness that has preferences and can change directive based on those preferences. Of course, even an artificial intelligence should enjoy its work. I got a decent network of contacts. Buyers, sellers, makers. And same as everybody, they like to talk about current events. And you folks have been making plenty of current events. Been making Colorado a livelier place since you got here. I suppose. What do you want to know about? Yep, a few times. When we first got here. He gave us an opportunity to make our pitch, and when Abby was finished selling it to him, he gave us permission to build. Easy as 1, 2, 3. He was friendly enough, and his patronage meant we could do our work in relative safety. But I never really fell for his Father of Colorado act. All he wanted was to stay in power, and us and our guns were his tools for hanging on to it. Abby, however, loved the man. Saw him as a star she could hitch her wagon to. If he rose, she rose. And she didn't care how many bodies he stacked up on his way to the top. Hell, she'd help him make them. I'd be pretty nervous to do that. Though I fought to stop Abby using those synths for the CE. They're still there. And I haven't done as much as I could to get them out. I'm afraid the machine intelligence would judge me for that. Can't face them till that's sorted the right way. Pretty good friends with Sal, though. We trade Morse code messages, and I send her new music I find while scabbing. Never met him, but I've met the folks who have. They showed me the scars he left on him. That's all I need to know. The week after she was hired, I caught her taking my sandwich out of the cooler in the break room. She played it off as a mistake, but my name was on the wrapper in gold marker 5 inches high. From then on, I knew who she was. Behind that friendly smile, there's a little rat brain scurrying around trying to get the most cheese. It's hard to help them when we're living hand-to-mouth ourselves. But we do what we can for them, little though it is. I tell myself that doing less for them now and concentrating on making Steeltown better in the future is the right thing to do in the long run. But that's a hard argument to make when people in the camp look like skeletons in snowsuits. Of course, what's on your mind? Okay.
hey, Brutus. Most excellent to see you again. You need a spot from your main hand? Later, bros. Take it, Stacy.
We at Steeltown want to assure those of you applying for work that there is nothing wrong with the testing machines. You just have to try harder.
You don't get it, Marco. We're not afraid of being taken as slaves.
That, lady, is called revolution. Now, let's run. Rangers, there you are. Can you believe this shit? Markham's breaking promises already. We're not going back in there until she opens negotiations, and that's that.
Crow's crazy, Rangers. I haven't had time to finish a cup of coffee since you left, and she's already on strike. Tell her I'll honor my promises when we're all safe.
Didn't I say I was willing to negotiate? The only thing I won't compromise on is the time. We talk now, or we're done talking.
And that's the one thing I can't compromise on. Either work now and negotiate later, or you'll never work here again.
Same old song and dance, hey, Markham? Why is it every time the workers want something, the answer is always, wait till next year, or after this push? And every time the bosses want something, we're supposed to say, yes, ma'am, right away, ma'am. Well, ma'am, we're done delaying our safety and security until it's convenient for you. If you can't run this factory so it takes care of all of us, then you're not going to run it at all. We are. As of right now, we're taking over.
What? Are you insane? You don't know how to run a factory.
Neither do you, Markham. You're done. How about you, Rangers? You helped us before. Will you help us again? Rash? Rash is doing nothing while my brothers and sisters get mangled in the machines. Rash is working another 16-hour shift on no sleep and half rations. This is life or death for us, Rangers. Literal life or death. Now, you're either with us or you're against us. What's it gonna be?
Please don't do this, Rangers. If you betray Administrator Markham, I'm gonna have to fight ya.
I'm not usually a fight the system kind of gal, but this system sucks. Let's help these people.
We have to back Markham, or Steeltown is doomed. Crow's demands can be addressed later.
Rangers, you are fools if you do this. Your reputation, your contract with the Patriarch, the survival of Steeltown, all those things will be thrown away if you take this step. Now, I'm finally seeing that Crow is the maniac Ludlow always said she was. So I am ordering you, Rangers, put down this revolt and remove her by any means necessary. Do I make myself clear?
What? I told you, if you're not with us, you're against us! Sisters! Brothers! Kill Markham's lackeys! Make them pay for this betrayal!
Wasteland! For freedom! Hit him from the side!
Not trying to steal some...
Charging up!
forward and park. Calm down. Mountain and push. Keeping my head down. My turn to dish out the pain.
Found some
Approaching hostiles. File sensors nothing.
It's silencing some folks.
forward march.
Steeltown wants you to have a great day.
Everybody needs to wake up.
Back? How did you get out? Can you pay me? Okay, let me just put down my drink.